As always, WGBH arts editor Jared Bowen has been out and about at the latest premieres and openings. He joins us now with a pair of weekend picks, which focus on the men of music. These looked good.
Well, and they are good. The first one is $1 Million Quartet, which is playing right now at the Colonial Theater. And this is about December 4th, 1956, this iconic moment. I know you don't like the use of that word, but I'm going to use it because it's a moment where Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, and Johnny Lee Cash all came together in the same recording studio. You're seeing the men playing them here for a jam session at Sun Records. And why I liked it, it's sort of a jukebox musical, so you get all the famous songs, you get Elvis performing in his famous songs earlier in their career, but you also get the biographies of these men, something that I didn't necessarily realize. And as one line in the show sort of sums it up, none of them hit the luck bucket. I mean, they all came from these really dire circumstances and poverty and early death, and yet they were able to surpass that to go on to have the careers that they were having. At this point, at this moment, Johnny Cash is already famous, Elvis Presley's ascending, Jerry Lee Lewis is crazy. Is it a little bit like Jersey Boys? Or it's a little bit like Jersey Boys, but I feel it's the story is better told because you get these biographies, and why I really appreciated it, it reacquaints you with the DNA of American music.
Right. Yeah, that one actually looked really good. All right, and the next one is The Baritone?
Baritones Unbound, and at the outset, this is an Arts Emerson production. It's playing right now at the Paramount Center, and here you have 3 baritones plus their pianist, and they take you through the history of the baritone voice, and it's really fun, starting with Gregorian chants and going all the way to present day. But what they really tell the story of the baritone voice, which is, it was really, its sort of golden heyday was in the 1950s and 60s when, this is well after Mozart and the Magic Flute, who also loved the baritone voice, but this was a moment where these songs were written for the everyman. So Oklahoma, Bye Bye Birdie, Carousel, it had these strong lead baritone roles, and these guys sing all of these songs, and they go from sort of an operatic setting to like guys hanging out in their man cave. So it's good if you're a music nerd and you just want to hear the music, or if you want to know the stories.
Right, your final thing is this movie, the Julian Assange movie. How is that?
Yeah, well, it's not particularly great. We have a little bit of Benedict Cumberbatch playing Julian Assange, who was the found Julian Assange.
No, who's playing
Benedict Cumberbatch, who PBS audiences know from masterpieces Sherlock, playing Julian Assange.
14 pages in The Guardian, 12 in the New York Times. This is more coverage than all the leaks we have had combined. We're winning an information war, which goes beyond any short-term alliance we have with the mainstream media. You want to throw it all away because you fear that some US government informer might come to harm?
These are human beings, Julian. And their lives are at stake.
What about the lives of the soldiers and the civilians involved in these conflicts?
So what's wrong with it?
My problem with the film is it's just surface level. It doesn't show you how he cultivated these sources. It doesn't really delve into the consequences of releasing these documents, and it doesn't get into the very nuances of his character, the sexual allegations and everything else. So it's a very surface level production, and it's not that engaging.
He looks a little like him, though. Jared Bowen, thanks.